everyone. I hope you've had a great week. Well done on your fabulous introductions. We've had a lot of really good introductions in there, which is fantastic. And good to see you all really looking back and reflecting on your last placement. Well done. There have been a lot of posts on the board, and that has been fantastic to see. We just pop into one of the forums here. So when we go down here, thank you for watching the video and telling me about the portfolios. It's been fantastic. We've had everybody telling us about what classes we're in and what schools we're in, and new curricula we may need to be having a look at, which is great. Well done for that. Thank you. What I have found here is that there's quite a few people who are feeling very stressed about going on placement, which is understandable. And so I've been recommending to some people on here, scroll through down here. This group had a lot of posts. Well done. I think it's group 2. Down here. I loved Alex's GIF. I think a lot of people are feeling like this at the moment. So if you are feeling a little bit like Alex's GIF and you are starting to eat cushions instead of turkeys, what I've been suggesting to people is this Bright website, which is scroll up here and have a look at it. It's a fantastic website. It's about building resilience while you're on placement, because we all know how important that is for health, and just maintaining our sanity while on placement, because it's so easy to make mistakes if we get overtired and we don't concentrate and we don't look after ourselves. So it's about building resilience, relationships, well-being, taking initiative and controlling our emotions, understanding our emotions, understanding where we're coming from, and trying to be reflective and analytical and understanding where other people are coming from. Because when you get tired, it's very easy to misinterpret it, other people's comments, and get upset about things that normally you wouldn't get upset about. So what I want you to do this week, I'll just go scroll down here because it gives you a good idea of these as the pages that are in it. So you've got overview. It's actually modules for you to work on and develop strategies. So there's one about reflection and developing reflection strategies. There's one here about responses with feedback, because we all know when we're very tired, it's sometimes very hard to respond with balance to feedback, especially if it's negative. And teachers are very stressed as well, so they might not say something in the nicest way, but actually mean it in a nice way. So it's how to deal with that feedback. At the end, you get this fabulous little certificate of achievement, which will go perfectly into 6.2, standard 6.2. We'll have a quick look at standards over here. Oops, that's not standards, that's still window. Where are the standards gone? Oh, I minied them. All right, we'll get the standards back. Here they are. So this week, I'd like you to look at standard 6. 6, you could almost have done all of these before. You probably do most of them this week. 6.2 is the standard I was referring to that you could put that certificate under, but you've probably done other prac. PD, you could also put certificates or anything you've achieved in there, or you might have done some in your breaks between placements, knowing you need to do something. So 6.2, I would expect you to pretty much be able to do this week. 6.4 is demonstrating an understanding of the rationale. So you can refer to some of the literature there around teacher retention rates in the first 3 years, which is why that resilience package was developed. And there's a lot of research in there as well that you'll be able to go through and have a look at. So in the information and resources and the literature areas, they have so much information around that standard that you would be able to use that. And maybe we've got people who are going to classes where there are behaviour management problems, and if you're learning a behaviour management strategy or program that a school is using, that fits in beautifully to 6.4, so you could possibly do that as well. Maybe put up some of your records as your evidence, and then discuss why you had to learn this and learn how to apply it. It's the same if you're going into an IB curriculum or a Steiner school. You're going to have a rationale for continued professional learning, because you don't understand those curricula yet. And how does you understanding it then relate to the students learning and improving it? Just demonstrate an understanding of the role. If you have a look at that goals activity we did this week, you are looking at professional standards for learning, you're reflecting on them in your last placements, and then identifying your professional learning needs. So you could almost use that post as a first part of doing this, except you can't use the post because we're not allowed to use the post. But you could build on from that, or maybe make your SMART goals from that to demonstrate that. So I would expect, and 6.3 is feedback from supervisors, which you should have from your last two placements. You could complete this probably next week or before you even go out on placement. Then you've got Standard 6 done, you don't need to worry about it. And if you do that resilience thing, I think that will really help you, the resilience package as well. So then I had people asking me also, what platforms could we put our portfolio into? So I would suggest, well, I wish this wouldn't keep coming up. I would suggest going into Word and creating a new document, and you could use Word or PowerPoint. So Word, you would put your title in here of the standard 6.2, write it in here, standard 6, have all the sixes together, and then put your evidence and then write about it underneath. You could do beautiful borders and styles in here as well. But I also like PowerPoint because PowerPoint has all these different styles to start off with. So if we go in here, we'll go to the designs. You've got all these different designs that you could be using. So we could be using any of these sort of designs they've got in here. And you can make pages then to for each of your page. So the next page you would have your standard at the top as the title. You could easily put your image in and your writing in, put a text box, and then you've got a nice page for your PDF that you'd then save as PDFs. And I think there are about 36 standards. So if you put them all down there, it'd be 36 PowerPoint pages and it'd be very easy to manage. But it's up to you how you would like to do it. I just wanted to give you a very quick rundown of options that you have. Of course, some people are saving videos on YouTube, or you could keep all your evidence in a Google Doc, because then you could put the links up here so that we can access them through that. Or you might want to start putting your evidence onto a Padlet or onto a Trello. Up to you entirely how you do it. But I do like this, and I'll just show you quickly why I like it. And you can, a lot of you are already doing Word documents, so that's absolutely fine. But you can copy this and then put it into the title here. Then you can add text, blah, 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 blah. And then you can make the text box smaller, so the bloody blah's over there. And then you can insert a picture, which would be where your evidence would go. Picture from file. Don't know what these screenshots are of. I'll put a screen of this. This is from my game I was creating. My PhD goes there. And then you've got all these other backgrounds you can put in. But what I really love about this is, if we go to design, you get design ideas. And they show you all different ways that you can lay it out and make it look pretty. And you can put hyperlinks and everything in it. You obviously want to put animations in it, because if you put animations in it, they won't work when you print them out as PDF. So anyway, this is just an idea. There are a couple different ideas you can do. If you've got other ideas, pop them up on the board. Also, one of the big things that's happening at the moment is that we are meeting our mentor teachers. That is very exciting, and I'm going to put up a little thread for you to talk about your mentor teachers and how the meetings are going, because that first impression is hugely important. Have a look, and also your first impression, hopefully when you go to meet the mentor teacher, you might also get to go to the staff room and find out about mugs, and if there's a drink or morning tea fund, or if there's people bring morning teas and you're meant to bring morning tea, so you've got that prepared in your head before you go, things like that. All those things that make getting to know your school better and make you able to fit in better. try and identify those at the same time you're going to meet your MT. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to put up another video which is a bit more personalised and has me there so that you can talk to me and feel like I'm there. But I hope you've got something out of this. And you can get on to making your portfolio this week. We will be doing another standard next week. This week was our big looking at professional learning standard 6. Anyway, have a great week and I will see you on the boards. Thank you.